There's a saying, when you dig a hole, try to dig two. Samantha Markle, guys, has been exposed brutally in the most spectacular way and well deserved. This woman is, I don't know what is wrong with her. Her jealousy holds no bounds because she will do anything to smear her sister. But I'm so happy that Meghan ignores her. She stays above the fray and she doesn't even think she exists. Samantha, go and get help. Go and get help because something is seriously wrong with your head. You are sick in the head. Right? So guys, welcome back to this channel where today's story is an absolute bombshell that exposes Samantha Markle, the Daily Mail, and their long-running smear campaign against Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. We're talking about one of the most disgusting stunts yet, inventing a false story during a deadly earthquake in the Philippines, claiming Thomas Markle Sr. was trapped in a building. And I don't know why Meghan should care about Thomas Markle Sr. because he's the worst father you could ever imagine. So I don't know why they don't understand that Meghan is done with them. Why they can't get it that she wants absolutely nothing to do with them. And I don't blame her one bit. These people are despicable, right? Not only was this story proven false within hours, thank you TMZ, a newsroom that is doing their job. Thank you, because all it took was for somebody to pick up the phone, call Thomas Markle and see if this was indeed true. But no. The Daily Mail, Don Wooten and the UK press, they just run with all sorts of garbage. Anything to bring down Meghan, anything to put her down, they run with it, right? But Samantha herself has now admitted to colluding with senior Daily Mail editor Caroline Graham, and she's the disgusting, despicable one that did the wedding thing, that went and got all of those things. She's the one that has been building up Thomas Markle against his daughter. These people are desperate. These people are some sick set of people, right? The things they do to try to bring Meghan down, and the only persons who are coming down is them. The only persons it is backfiring on is them. Meghan is living her best life. You people need to go and check yourself because honestly, something is wrong with you guys. This confession pulls the curtain back on how far tabloids and Meghan's estranged relatives will go to weaponize lies against her. Let's dive into this timeline, the lies, the receipts, and why this could spell major trouble for the Daily Mail. They don't have any, they don't care. They are going to move on to the next victim or continue to trying to defame Meghan and deface her and just smear her and do everything. They will not stop because they're out for something that I don't know. These people are sick, right? So on September 30th, a powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck the Philippines. Dozens of lives were lost. Countless homes and buildings were damaged, and communities were left struggling. But instead of focusing on the real victims, Samantha Markle turned this tragedy into a circus. She posted on X that her father, Thomas Markle Sr., was stranded on the 19th floor of the Cebu apartment building. She claimed elevators were down, he couldn't walk, and he was trapped. Worse, she somehow twisted this into another attack on Meghan, saying Meghan was evil and implying her estranged sister was to blame. Yes, guys, you heard me right. In the middle of a real disaster, Samantha tried to paint Meghan as responsible for a natural earthquake. I mean, the woman was even saying Meghan needs to get helicopter and Meghan needs to come down here. And so it seemed like they were trying to set a trap for Meghan. They wanted either Meghan to call, to act, to be, oh, how is that? When in fact, it's Caroline would be on the other end. Look at what these people are doing. Look at what they stoop to. When I tell you evil exists, these people are demonic. Right? They wanted Meghan to either I don't know what they wanted from Meghan, but they wanted something for her. They wanted to set a trap for her. Or they wanted to say, oh, Meghan don't care. I don't give a damn if Meghan don't care. Meghan have every single right not to care, to brush them off, ignore them, have nothing to do with them. She is within her right. Enough is enough, and Meghan needs to protect her peace, protect her space. Don't let these people anywhere near you. They will harm you. They are evil to the core. So Meghan, I'm so happy the person I wish Harry had half of how Meghan was, because there comes a point when you have to say, I am done. I am just literally done. Right? And for her sister and oh my God, these people. Her post spread quickly. Anti-Sussex trolls picked it up immediately, repeating the claim without proof. What's new? They always run with the story, and then when it's found out, that you don't see the energy behind it to come and correct the lies. Right? But skeptics immediately pointed out the holes. Why wasn't Samantha speaking to her father directly? Why rely on an alleged text from a friend? And guess who was a friend? Caroline. And why drag Meghan into a natural disaster at all? I mean, the woman wished harm to Meghan. She went after Meghan. She went on Dan Wooten and she was just spewing her bile and her hate and her vitriol. You could feel the hate coming out of this woman. My God, jealousy is a sin. Jealousy is a cancer that needs to be rooted out. Right? It didn't take long for the story to collapse. Just hours later, Thomas Markle Sr. himself told TMZ he was safe. He was not trapped. He was not injured. In fact, he was relaxing in his hotel, watching old Charlie Chang movies, feet kicked up. This man was having a time of his life, enjoying his life, ignoring the noise. But Samantha, you are sick. Go and check yourself. He even noted the epicenter was 100 miles away, so his building wasn't affected at all. Let me repeat that, guys. Thomas Markle's building was not affected at all. Right? He was watching TV, kicking up his foot in the air, enjoying a movie. He wasn't even concerned about the hurricane because he wasn't maybe even watching the news program on it. He was watching an old Charlie Chang movie. Did you hear me? And these people went after Meghan with the venom that they did. Oh my God. Come on. But you guys need to understand, Meghan is done. So even if something happened to Thomas Markle, I can guarantee you that Meghan don't care. And she has every right not to care. Because with the level of hatred and vitriol that you guys spew every day, why should she? There comes a time when you have to say enough and move on. Then came Thomas Markle Jr. He's a nutcase, but at least in this case, he said something. But of course, it looked like Dan Wooten paid him. So he went on Dan Wooten and was singing another tune. These people are mad, right? He recorded a video mocking Samantha's wild claim. He corrected the details, saying their father lives on the 18th floor, not the 19th, and called Samantha's attempt to blame Meghan ridiculous. He flat out said, "Our dad is fine. She's making this up." You hear me, guys? You see what Meghan has to deal with? You see these nutcases that she has to deal with? Meghan, you stay far away from them. But here's the kicker. The so-called proof Samantha posted, screenshots of text about being trapped, were time-stamped 2 days before the earthquake even struck. The quake happened on September 30th. Her messages were dated September 28th, Cibo time. That means the timeline didn't add up. The receipts destroyed her story. Look at the length Samantha is willing to go just because Meghan wants absolutely nothing to do with her. When Meghan says she is done, and Samantha cannot stand it. Now here's where the panic begins. Once her lie unraveled, Samantha turned on the Daily Mail. She turned on them, right? She claimed she was misled by none other than Caroline Graham, a senior editor who has been usually close to Thomas Markle Sr. for years and who has been relentlessly targeting Meghan. You see what we're talking about, these news medias? You see that we cannot trust them? On X, Samantha admitted Caroline Graham sent her panic messages saying Thomas was trapped on the 19th floor, unable to get down because elevators weren't working. Samantha even posted partial screenshots showing conversations with Caroline. Think about that. Instead of verifying facts, a senior Daily Mail editor allegedly fueled a false narrative and fed it to Samantha, and Samantha ran with it until Thomas Sr. and Jr. blew the story up. Caught in her own web, Samantha started ranting. She accused the Daily Mail of backstabbing her, threatened to expose them further, and even dragged in Lady my foot, and even drag Colin Campbell, that ridiculous woman, admitting that she had been giving her money, her family money, to smear Meghan. The chickens are coming home to roost. I'm telling you, these people, sick. That's right. One of Meghan's biggest trolls was literally bankrolling Samantha and Thomas Markle while the Daily Mail was pushing false narratives to them. This isn't an isolated case. It fits a long-running pattern of exploitation. Samantha has sued Meghan while publicly hurling insults. She's used every tabloid platform she could find to paint herself as a truth teller, and yet time and again her stories fall apart. Thomas Sr. has sold stage photos, stage interviews, and fueled headlines. Thomas Jr. bounced between mocking Samantha and doing his own interviews dragging Meghan. Together, they feed the tabloids, and the tabloids, especially the Daily Mail, lap it up because Meghan's name sells. What we're seeing now is the grift unraveling. Samantha's desperation exposed how this entire network operates. The tabloids provide a narrative. As Meghan said, they don't report the news, they create the news. The estranged relatives run with it. The trolls amplify it online. When exposed, they blame each other. It's a dirty cycle, and Meghan's silence only makes their obsession look more unhinged. Caroline Graham deserves special mention here. For years, she has been embedded in the Markle family drama, often described as being unusually close to Thomas Sr. Some even joke she acts like a handler, feeding stories and spinning events. Now, with Samantha's own leak, it appears Caroline was directly involved in the trap in cable hoax. Her messages talking about not being able to leave the building, elevators not working, and being on the 19th floor suggest she was either with Thomas or claiming to be. This revelation is devastating for the Daily Mail. It shows their editor was not simply reporting, but actively colluding to create false drama. And now Samantha has blown the whistle, not out of principle, but because she was embarrassed when the lie fell apart. Online backlash was swift. Even people who dislike Meghan called this stunt vile. Many said, you can't blame Meghan for a natural disaster. Others mocked Samantha for shutting off her comments once the receipts came out. Commentators noted that Colin Campbell funding explains why the family keeps propping up with new smears. Others pointed out that TMZ, hardly Meghan's biggest fan, felt compelled to debunk Samantha's claim because they were so outrageous. And now the Daily Mail is scrambling. Samantha's meltdown exposed their tactics in broad daylight. For years, people suspected collusion. Now we have screenshots and an admission. What does this mean, guys, moving forward? It means the smear campaign is collapsing under its own weight. Samantha Markle tried to weaponize a tragedy and was exposed by her own family, her own words, and her own desperation. In the process, she dragged the Daily Mail and Caroline Graham into the spotlight, confirming what many have said all along. The tabloid machine doesn't just report, it manufactures. Meanwhile, Meghan Sussex remains silent, living her life, proving yet again that the best response to lies is dignity. The smear campaign is in panic mood, and every day the truth is catching up. So, what do you think, guys, of Samantha's meltdown and her admission about colluding with the Daily Mail? Are you surprised? No, we're not, but it's always good to have receipt. This is one of the wildest twists yet in the Meghan tabloid saga. One thing's for sure, Meghan's decision to distance herself from that toxic circle looks wiser every single day. It looks wiser. She made the right decision for her own mental health because Meghan knew it was a huge, a calculated smear campaign. The entire thing, the whole royal family thing, the whole media house thing. It's a calculated smear campaign. Meghan knew it. That's why she had to leave, because these people wanted harm to Meghan. They still want harm. And that's why she has to protect her peace. I'm telling you, when Jesus say yes, nobody can say no. And what is for you is for you. And when sometimes you have to leave the situation, Meghan had to leave this toxic circle, because look at what is unfolding in front of her very eyes. These people are demonic. These people are sick. These people are evil. And they need to stop and take stock, because it's going to drown them. It's going to drag them right under if they don't stop what they're doing. So, guys, let me tell you, what an amazing day. It had to come out. It had to come out, guys. So please don't forget, guys, to like for more insightful analysis like these and just everything that is going on. We try to bring you the facts. We try to bring you what's going on. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you never miss a beat. Bye.